Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am Monire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Court remands ex-accountant general, 2 others in prison. How I hid from terrorists who invaded Kuje prison, Abakiari tells court. Police raid People's Gazette newspaper office, arrests editor. 9 burned to death in Ondo auto crash. Husband reportedly set on fire by his wife, buried amid tears. Governor Otton mourns veteran actress Ada Ame. Sri Lanka crisis live news update. Dinesh Gunadena takes oath as new prime minister after protest cites aid. And on sports, Nigeria's Aziza Tushola wins record 5th African women player, while Sadio Mane beats Salah, wins African Footballer of the Year. News in detail. The ex-former Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and 2 others have been remanded in Kuje Correctional Facility pending the determination of the bail application. They were arraigned by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission on Friday before a High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Justice J.O. Adeyemi Ajayi gave the order after Idris, Godfrey Olusegun Akindele, and Mohammed Kudu Usman pleaded not guilty to a 14-count charge in which they are accused of diverting about 109 billion naira public funds. The matter has been adjourned till 27th July for the hearing of bail application. Abakari, the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, has opened about how he hid from the terrorists who invaded Kuje Prison Center in Abuja. On July 5th, the Boko Haram breakaway faction, Islamic West African Province, ISWAP, led an attack on the custodial center. Speaking through Onyekachi Ikpeazu, his counsel on Wednesday, Kyari prayed to a federal high court in Abuja to grant him bail. My lord, every living soul in this country will agree that there was not just a breach, but that there was a grand terrorist attack by an organization that only successfully invaded the Kuje prison, but took control of it for over 3 hours after the applicant, being a law-abiding citizen, refused to take off. If there is anything to establish that the defendant would not jump bail, it was that circumstance. The gates of the prison were left open for over 3 hours. In fact, the defendant hid like a rat because the organization that conducted the attack went from cell to cell saying they want to take him and others to the desert. I don't know where else in the world where certified crime fighters that have endangered their lives and abandoned their families to serve the country are kept in the same cubicle with same criminals. They made their arrest possible, with some of them facing death penalty. From that story to another story within the Abuja province, operatives of Nigeria Police on Friday have raided the head office of an online newspaper, People's Gazette, in Abuja. It was gathered that John Adenekon, an assistant managing director, was taken away at about 12:35 p.m. by 5 armed police officers who broke into the paper's office opposite NNPC quarters in Utako, the newspaper reported. The officers declined to state the reason for their assault, but determined and demanded to see the managing editor Samuel Ogunipe and reporter Adefemola Akintari. But journalists were not available during the operation, prompting the officers to arrest Mr. Adenekon in their stead, perpetrating an unconstitutional tradition of arresting associates in the event that people of interest are unavailable. Adenekon said he was being taken to the Utako Police Division following the raid. The Gazette has faced several attacks aimed at intimidating its journalists since its inception in September 2020, including the reported restriction of access to its website in January 2021 and the invasion of the same head office in January 2022 by the National Intelligence Agency, NIA. Nine persons were burned to death on Friday in an auto crash which occurred at Motosho step-down bridge on Ore Lagos Expressway in Odigbo, local government area of Ondo State. Mr. Sikiru Alunge, Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, Ore Unit Command, confirmed the incident to the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, in Ore. Alongside, Alunge said the crash, which happened early in the morning, involved two vehicles, a white Toyota IS bus with registration number FKJ095XE and a Honda Accord Saloon car with the registration number cannot be ascertained. 9 persons were burned to death in the ghastly accident which happened on Ore Lagos Expressway early this morning. The accident was caused by a tire burst which caused a head-on collision which later resulted into a fire blast which burnt all occupants of the vehicles beyond recognition, he concluded. Alunge said the remains of the victims had been deposited at the morgue of the General Hospital in Ore. Still on tragic incident, Bolu Bamidele, a young man who died as a result of burns he sustained when he was involved in an inferno in his apartment in Koka, Obokun, local government area of Osun State on Sunday, has been buried amidst tears from the family. From that story, we go straight to another morning story from Benue State. Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State has described the death of veteran actress Ada Ahmed as a monumental loss to the country, the state, especially the entertainment industry. In Ada Ahmed, Benue State has lost an Amazon of inestimable value. Through her personal commitment and industry, she promoted the rich culture and tradition of the state at the global stage, Otom lamented. He stated that Ada's exit has created a huge vacuum in Benue State, especially in the entertainment industry, adding millions of citizens, especially the movie industry enthusiasts, will miss Ada because of her unique style. The governor described the Idoma-born actress as a worthy ambassador of the state who, through dint and of hard work and dexterity, promoted and indeed exported the culture and tradition of Benue State and Nigeria to the outside world. He prayed that the good Lord grant her eternal rest and give the immediate family the fortitude to bear the irreplaceable loss. From that story, we go to foreign story. Sri Lanka security forces Friday raided a protest camp occupying government grounds in Colombo and cleared out a section of it, a sign that the country's new president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, was cracking down a day after his swearing in. A joint operation involving the military, police, and police special forces was launched in the early hours to recover the presidential secretariat from the protesters, as they had no legal right to hold it, police spokesperson Nalin Taldua told Reuters. 9 people were arrested and 50 injured in the melee that followed. Dozens of troops in riot gear marched through the protest site and cleared tents that stood on both sides of the main road that passes in front of the president's secretariat. Media footage from the site showed soldiers armed with assault rifles trying to tear down the camp as dozens of police watched on. Hospital sources said 2 were hospitalized. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa termed it a useless display of ego, while UK and British envoys expressed concern. From that story, we go straight to sports story. Nigeria's Asisat Oshoala wins record 5th African women player after a stellar season in which she won Spain's Pichichi Award for the top scorer. Super Falcons striker Asisat Oshoala has become the first player to win 5 women's awards, having previously shared 8 with compatriot Perpetua in Kwacha. She was voted ahead of Cameroon's Inter Milan player Ajaran Inajut Njoya and Grace Chanda, whose Zambia side qualified for the Women's World Cup for the first time earlier this month. It's a record-breaking night for me as an individual and for Africa as a whole. I've got 5 today, 5, Oshoala exclaimed. 2021-2022 season was really tough for me as an individual, and I would like to thank everyone who has stood by me. If you don't fall, you don't know the power of comeback and what comeback means, said the player who managed her scoring feat despite a later spell out with injury. From that side, we go
to tell this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. All right. So Super Falcons and Barcelona forward Asisat Oshoala was crowned African Women's Footballer of the Year at the CAF Awards yesterday. This is a 5th time winning the award, which is most of any player. She was shortlisted alongside 2 other players, Aja Chanda of Zambia. Oshoala was also part of the Super Falcons African Women's Cup of Nations squad. Although she got injured in the first match against South Africa, she went back to Spain for treatment, but yesterday returned to Rabat, Morocco for the award ceremony. Oshoala played during the season. She also won the Spanish Women's Super Cup, the Copa del Reina, and the Primera Division, the La Liga Women's Division. And like I said, this is a 5th time winning the award. She had won it in 2014, 2016, 2017, 2019, and right now in 2022. Definitely a deserved award for Asisat Oshoala. Congratulations to her. For the rest of the video, I'm going to leave you with her speech and also her...
Senegal's Sadio Mane was crowned African Player of the Year for the 2nd time running at the Confederation of African Football (CAF) award ceremony in the Moroccan capital, Rabat. Mane scored the winning penalty as Senegal beat Egypt in a shootout in this year's Africa Cup of Nations final to lift the trophy for the 4th time. The award returned for the 1st time in 3 years after being suspended by the coronavirus pandemic, with Nigeria's Asisat Oshoala also retaining the title she won in 2019. Mane beat compatriot and Chelsea goalkeeper Eduardo Mendy, as well as former Liverpool teammate Salah, whose Egypt side lost February's final. That was the world news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines once again. We brought to you court remand ex-accountant general, 2 others in prison. And we also brought to you how a hit from terrorists who invaded Kuje prison, Abakari tells court. We also brought to you 9 burned to death in Ondo auto crash. And finally, on sport, we told you Nigeria's Asisat Oshoala wins record 5th African women player, while Sadio Mane beats Salah, wins African Footballer of the Year once again consecutively for the 2nd time. For more updates on our YouTube channel, the handle is Babagbagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements of your goods and services, coverage of event and function, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.